Hi guys, I'm going to show you today how to do wiring inside the handlebars, extending the wires. Those of you who've seen some of my other Roadstar videos, I've been working on this bike for a little while. I got quite a bit of work done, and actually a friend of mine decided to buy it from me. So I was going to do like 10-inch bars, but he wants these 16-inch APE hangers, these chubbies. So I'm going to show you how to extend the wires, and you can actually get away with just changing the brake line, and everything else barely fits. It's not ideal, but it works. So you know, the 10 inchers were no brainer. These 16 inchers are stretching it, but we'll see how it works. So what I'm doing first is I'm gonna kind of see how long these wires are from factory. Just gonna imagine, okay, these are already inside the bars, so they're gonna reach about here. So what I can do to make my life easier, instead of trying to get everything out of this connector, which is what I do a lot of times, I take the connector apart, I can actually cut the wires right around here. It's just gonna be matching the colors that I cut. So it's all about just extending one by one. You'll make a mistake that way. So I'm gonna measure now how much longer I need to make them. Okay, I already determined that the original wire ends right around here, so I can just measure the distance that I need to make it inside the headlight where the wires connect together. So right here is where I'm gonna start, and I'm gonna run the wires behind the tree into the light. So I determined my length that I need to extend every single wire with. So first I'm gonna cut the wires off. The other thing I have to think about is this little guy here. I want to make sure that I'm gonna tape it. I'm gonna start taping this together in the correct place. You can kind of see where it was going through, so you don't want to start putting it together over here and then find out after you got all the job done then these wires are too short and they won't reach. Okay, so I got my location here correct, and I'm gonna tightly wrap You noticed I ran this all the way past the wires, got a little extra here. It just makes it easier to grab on when you're running it through. On this side there is a lot more wires to deal with, but it's just the nature of the beast. So same thing here. Here I need to cut this, finish cutting this around. Should just slide off like so. And now I got the other cover here. I'm gonna have to run it into the handlebars, most likely next to this housing like that, because right here there is not enough room for me to run all this bunch of wires next to this switch without interfering. It's just gonna be this little bit that you're gonna see going in. We said it was 3 inches where it start coming out, so it was right around there. So this is where I'm gonna start wrapping it. Okay, I got this one wrapped. Also, you see a lot smaller. The last thing I gotta wrap is here, because this part is gonna show. So I'm trying to cover this very short area that's going to be visible. Because I changed the location of this switch, these two wires are now a lot shorter than the rest of them. So what I'm going to have to do, I'm going to have to extend them already, because I'm not going to be able to reach them, because these wires are only going to be sticking out of the handlebars about this much. Okay, so this was the wire that I cut, which is my sample on how I'm going to extend every one. To save money and make it simple, I can extend every wire with the same color, because like here, for example, if I'm going to do the pink one, I'm going to solder my black wire here, and I know I got to find the pink one here, and nobody sees this part, so all the wires still match, but I don't have to buy 10 colors to do that. But because these two wires are not going to be visible, I found another green wire that I got here, because I got a blue and black, so I'm going to have green and black. This way I know where to go. I got these two wires ready. I'm going to solder this extensions on, and I'm going to move on. Please see my other video to see how to solder wires. It's so simple, you'll be shocked, and you're going to really need that for this job. So I'm not really going to get into it in this video, but so just click on my other videos and you're going to see details on how to solder. Okay, so my wires are extended. As you can see, heat shrink. Like I said, look at my other video, you're going to see the details how to do this. Okay, so I got this done. As you can see, big difference in diameter, and I just kind of partially wrapped this end because it should go through the handlebars real easy, so I'm not worried about messing these wires up, and it's gonna have to come off anyway. Okay guys, the next thing I done, I took the handlebars off the bike, put them on the table, and my following challenge is the holes that are made, the pre-drilled holes in the handlebars that are already there from factory. But since these handlebars are for Harley, the middle one here is no problem. But since this is for Harley, I got these holes in the wrong place. So I'm gonna have to drill another hole over here, or enlarging this one a little bit more, so I can get the wires through. On this side, I'm real close, because since I'm running the wire between the housing and this, I think all I'm gonna do is a grind of this little thing here, because I think I got enough room to get the wires in once this is grinded off. Okay guys, as you can tell, I grinded this off some, and that should give me enough room to sneak these wires through on this side. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now, I found me a little skinny wire. It's kinda soft, but hopefully firm enough to go through. Gonna make a little loop at the end. Sometimes it helps so it doesn't get stuck on all kinds of stuff, and you can also pull it with the hook or something on the other side, and hopefully I'll be able to fish this through. I want to look through the from the other side if I can already spot it with the flashlight through the end of the bars. Well, actually I'm already around here. I already passed where I need to be. These little hooks or whatever you find to fish that wire out, like so. So now I got my skinny wire pulled through as a guide, and I can attach this wire to my wiring harness, and it's gonna make it that much easier to get it through. So I can do something like this. So I'm gonna be pushing the wire in on this side, and pulling on the other side right here, and hopefully it's not gonna be too difficult to get this, run this through. I have to change position here a little bit. So I'm stuffing it, and I'm lightly pulling my guide wire So I'm already out here with my beginning, so I'm gonna pull the rest of it through. So I'm gonna see how far I need to go. This is basically what I was telling you about. It's gonna be just a little bit of wire showing there, but I feel a lot more comfortable than trying to cram all the wires, which is really, in my opinion, impossible to get it around here into the handlebar. So I think I'm okay here. I got this already plugged in as well, so not too bad. On this side I got basically just enough wires sticking out to solder all my extensions on. I can get rid of this guide wire now, save it for the other side, and I can unwrap all this electrical tape. So here you go. This is the left side. So I got the two wires that would have been somewhere in here, so I wouldn't be able to get to them, and then the rest of the wires sticking out for me far enough to do my extensions. So I'm gonna skip this and I'm gonna show you when I'm already done with this portion. Okay guys, so I got my first portion of the extensions done. As you can see, I use only black wires because I can follow the colors from here, and at the other end of my extension I can just attach it to the correct color over here. So once this is wrapped, it doesn't make any difference, everything stays color correct. I'm gonna loosely slide on my large shrink tube, shrink wrapping, but I'm only gonna slide it on to expose the ends right here, so I can still see the colors over here to do the other side of the wires. So now, since it's kind of tight, what I can do, for example, I want to do this brown wire, so I can pull on it and you can see which one is moving. So I'm gonna do that one, then I'm gonna do the next, and so on. So I'm gonna do all that now and come back to you in a minute. Okay guys, so I just finished putting the connectors on. I still have this shrink wrap on loosely. As you can see, I can move it, and that allow me, like I said earlier, pick the color, move the wire located here on the other side, and get the correct wire attached. So now all I gotta do is slide this somewhat into the handlebar, and I'm leaving some of this without the shrink wrap because this will be largely in the headlight, so it doesn't matter if it's just wrapped with electrical tape. Okay guys, so I just finished heating this up. I got the heat shrink most of the way, and whatever is hidden in the headlight, I just got electrical tape on it. So I got one side is completely done. Now we're gonna do the other side. So now, before I start the other side and run my skinny wire through, I have to drill this hole over here, and when I get back to you, I'll have a hole done and I'm gonna be running the wire through. Okay, just finished re-drilling my hole and I'm gonna try this wire run through. A lot of times the challenge with the chubby handlebars is where they go down to the 1 inch, there are two pipes welded together and you can be catching on, so just be patient. Okay, so it's a success. Finally It took a while, but that's the nature of the beast. So we are already through here. So same thing, you're gonna undo this and solder our extensions on. Okay guys, so I just finished up. I got everything heat shrinked until here, then electrical tape when it's in the headlight. I'm gonna go ahead and start putting these handlebars on the bike, so keep on watching. This is usually the rewarding part, where you start installing your finished handlebars. Okay, my wires are coming out in the middle right here, so I'm gonna run it into the headlight over here, and same on the other side. Okay, here you go. All of our wires are into the headlight. We're just gonna connect them to the harness. Well, I'm still gonna have to finish everything up, put my brake line, clutch line hookup, which I'm gonna fast forward through, and I'm gonna show you in a minute when it's all back together. The handlebars are back together completely. Let me show you which way I routed the cables. So for the throttle cables in order, and the clutch cable, in order to use the OEM, you gotta get rid of this bracket in front that normally the cables go through, and you actually routed them on the other side right through here. There's no issues with the way it doesn't bind up anywhere. Everything is snapping back nicely, so it even looks good because it's not really in the way. For the clutch cable, kind of the same way, it runs this way instead in the front of the trees, and then it goes down here, right down. So you know, you can buy longer cables, yeah, up to you, but if you're trying to save money, do this on the budget, you can do it this way. I think it came out great. I got the longer brake line, obviously, because that's the only thing you do have to change, but everything else is there. Check out my other video where I'm showing the whole bike. The project is pretty much done. So thanks for watching. Hope this helped you, and good luck with your handlebar job. Thanks. Subscribe if you like it.